What we have to do is that we have to select the best of the worst. And if we analyze, as I mentioned, that almost all the leaders, they don't have the qualities that a true Muslim leader should have, like Hazrat Umar radiallahu anhu, or even a small percentage, not even 2% of the quality of Hazrat Umar radiallahu anhu. So what we have to do, we have to select the best of the worst. And I do agree with the sister that almost all of the Muslim politicians, they are corrupt, whether it be financially, whether it be with Iman, they are almost all. There may be 1 or 2 or 3 exceptions to the rule. So what should we do in this situation? As I mentioned, we should select the best of the worst. Number 1, according to me, is that select that Muslim leader who is becoming a leader on the Islamic card. That he's proud to be a Muslim and he says that I'm proud to be a Muslim and I will uphold the Islamic law. Whether he does or not is secondary. Because in today's world, the basic rule for a politician today, unfortunately, is that he has to maintain his chair by hook or by crook. It may go against his set of rules, it may go against his deen, it may go against his family. As long as he is sitting on the chair, he is happy. So he will do anything to maintain his chair. Because of this reason, my first advice is that if two Muslim leaders are standing, select that Muslim leader who openly says that he is proud to be a Muslim and he is coming on the Islamic card. He may or may not be a practicing Muslim, that is secondary. I will go to the extent of saying that if there is one Muslim leader who is practicing Islam 20%, but is coming on the secular card, he is not saying that I will protect the Muslims, I will follow Islam. And there is another Muslim leader who is following 10% of Islam, but is coming with the Islamic card. He is openly saying that I will protect the religion of Islam, I will protect the Muslims. Better select the person who is following 10% Islam as coming with the Islamic card rather than the other Muslim leader who is following 20% and is not coming on the Islamic card, because the person who is not coming on the Islamic card will not go out of his way to follow the Islamic principles, because that was not his trump card to win the election. Whereas the other Muslim leader who may not be following Islam as much as the other person, both are below average, but at least because he's come with the Islamic card, he will see to it that he'll make more masajid. He may not pray salah, but he'll see to it he will make more masajid, more mosque. He will protect the law of Islam. He will help the Muslim, because his trump card to win the election was the Islamic card. This is a very key point. Unfortunately, and we know, as the sister rightly said, that majority, almost all are corrupt. So, but if you have a corrupt leader who's coming with the Islamic card, is better than a corrupt leader who's coming without the Islamic card. There are maybe 1, 2 or 3, if we search in the Muslim Ummah, who may be following majority of the faraiz in Islam. But they may not be having the acumen to be a good leader. We have on the other example some Muslim leader who I have praised in my speech. They may be bold, they may stand for justice, they may not be following Islam to the T. They may not be offering 5 times salah, may be offering maybe a few times in a week. But they may openly protect the Islam because that is the principle, but they are not doing it for the Islam because they are doing because that is what they feel is right. They are more for the cause of humanity, but Islam is far above humanity. So because of that, they may bring a voice in the international media, but their practice may not be Islamic. So such leaders may benefit in one particular aspect of Islam to the Muslim Ummah, but on the other hand, they may be a danger. So that is the reason I personally prefer that you select those Muslim leaders who, number one, are proud to be Muslims. Unfortunately, when you look at the Muslim leaders, most of them, they are not following the Sunnah. I am giving a small example of keeping a beard. It's not a big thing. To keep a beard doesn't take any effort. But our beloved Prophet Muhammad said, it's mentioned in Sahih Bukhari, in volume number 7, hadith number 5892, that the Prophet said that do the opposite of what the mushriks do, what the unbelievers do. Grow your beard and trim your mustaches. According to all four schools of thought, all the four Aimmas, keeping a beard is fard. It's such a small effort. But yet, unfortunately, majority, more than 75% of the Muslim leaders who are men, they don't have a beard. Why? That means they're not proud to be Muslims. That doesn't mean if you keep a beard, you have fulfilled all the requirements. No, please don't get me wrong. In requirements, you have to follow the 70 major sins and see how good the person is. So what we have to realize, my basic point here is that select those Muslim leaders who are proud to be Muslims, even though they may be less in practice. A person who's proud to be a Muslim and a practicing Muslim, it is the best. Who's practicing and doing all the farais? I don't think so. If you search, you may find one or two, but they may not be good leaders, but they may be following the farais. So here, see to it that you elect those who are coming with the Islamic card and those who are proud to be Muslims and present themselves as Muslims, are not shy when they meet the non-Muslim leaders. They're not shy to present themselves as Muslims. Now coming to the second part of the question, that these criterias, the best is read the seerah of the Prophet and seerah of Hazrat Umar radiallahu anhu, Hazrat Abu Bakr, Hazrat Usman, Hazrat Ali, and you see the examples in their life, how honest. And none of these leaders, they wanted to become leaders. The hadith of the Prophet, anyone who wants to be an Amir, wants to be a leader, is not the right person. Here we find that most of the leaders want to be leaders. In the Islamic teachings, a person who himself wants to be a leader should not be made the leader. The other people who make him, and all the Khalifas, they were made by others. And you have these examples. As far as the question posed by the brother Majid, that he feels that Dr. Zakir Naik is the best choice, I'm sorry, I disagree with you totally. I don't have the qualities to be a leader at all, and I don't consider myself. And what I've seen in my life, in my personal life, I've seen that many religious people, when they enter into politics, almost all of them went away from their deen. I know several scores of Muslims who are very good practicing Muslims, who are offering 5 times salah, who are very honest, and they give such beautiful lectures. But the moment they entered politics, they got corrupt, they got influenced. Because unfortunately, the ummah that we have today, they are not like the Sahabas at the time of the Prophet and Khulafa Rashidin. Our Khulafa Rashidin, first they would take decision thinking, what would Allah want me to do? They were more scared of disappointing Allah. Today, our politicians are more interested in how it will benefit them personally. They don't want to disappoint the vote bank. The Khulafa Rashidin, they did not want to disappoint Allah. They would take a decision which would be completely against them, as long as it pleases Allah. As Allah says in the Quran in Surah Nisa chapter 4 verse number 135, that Ya ayyuhalladhina amanu, oh you believe, stand out for justice as witness to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, even if it be against yourself, against your parents, against your kitokin, against the rich or poor. Allah protects all. There were many times the question was asked to me in India that why don't I enter politics, and I said that, why do you want to become enemy? I have to jokingly tell them. Because in today's world, if you enter politics, there are high chances that you will spoil your akhirah. Very high chances. Because the way the ummah and the society is made, that if you want to live and remain in that seat, you will have to compromise on your principles. And the best example I can give you is of Dr. Israr Ahmad. Dr. Israr Ahmad, you know that mashallah, he was a very great dai, and he gave tafsir of the Quran, he was very knowledgeable, he was popular, and he stood for election and he won the election. After he won the election, a member of parliament he was made, and he was given some post, and after a few months he resigned. He said, asking me, what should be the width of the road? That's not what I'm made for. When I'm giving them Islamic solution, they don't want to listen. He immediately resigned. So a good person who is following the deen, he will either have to give up his deen or give up his position. And whatever Dr. Israr Ahmad did was the best. There may be few people like Dr. Israr Ahmad who may be Islamic and may have got into politics, but I don't know anyone who's a leader. May have come on a lower position, not as the head of state, and maybe following the deen. But the way the society is made today, our ummah, you will either have to give up the post that you're in or give up the deen. So first of all, I'm not fit to be in that position. Neither do I want to spoil my akhirah. I'm very happy in being a da'i, and I'm very satisfied with Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, whatever ni'mah He has given me.